Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. And thank you to my channel members Yumi and Nahida Reina. So let's get into it. Neuvillette. There were many things about humans that Neuvillette may never understand. A lot of them. And a lot of them being about relationships in particular. After all, he's never been in one. And most of all, he's never had such interest in them to investigate before. And suddenly he was now in a relationship, and it all felt a little bit too sudden. And he was still trying to figure out what should be done and what shouldn't be. It was a little bit of a mystery to him. What he could do in a relationship, what he shouldn't do, and what was appropriate. Some other times, though, he would find you doing things that he would never understand, at least not so easily. That's why today when he walked in on you and saw you wearing a shirt that was a little bit too oversized on you, he was just caught off guard, staring for a couple moments. Now, dragons were different. They had many different concepts that most humans would not understand, nor relate to. So, maybe things about scent and mates would not really relate to you. And yet, somehow, he couldn't help but feel overjoyed. Pride swelling through him as he saw you wearing something that was his, something that smelled of him. And it was so nice, the most satisfying feeling that he's never actually thought that he needed to feel until today. And after staring at you for a couple of moments, he went over to you and wrapped his arms around you tightly, bearing his face into the crook of your neck, and saying softly, "Neuvillette, I didn't even think that you were here. You're usually late. What's got you feeling like this?" You hummed to yourself, amused at the way he was acting, but he just cuddled closer, holding you so tightly to his chest, like you meant the world to him. It was adorable the way he acted, the way he loved you, and the way that he was willing to show you just how much you mattered to him. And if later on at one point he gives you a shirt to wear, don't mind it. He just wants you to see you and his things more often, and you will definitely be delighted if you borrow some of his clothes. Wriothesley. Wriothesley would think that you would look adorable with anything of his on you. Also, whatever you wear that is his, it's probably going to be really big. He was tall and quite big himself. So seeing you in an oversized shirt like that was his most of all, was the cutest thing in the world, and it genuinely made his day. That's why he would stare at you for a couple of moments, before going to approach you, an arm around your waist, as he just leaned closer to you, kissing your cheek softly. "You look lovely, sweetheart. You should wear my things more," he said, and you laughed softly, leaning into him, as he caressed your hair and held you closer. You looked adorable in his things, and you could never really fault you for borrowing them, even though sometimes you would end up borrowing some of his most favorites. And even then he finds himself joyful, letting you do as you please. It was the hold that you had on his heart, the way he could never resist your charms, or the way that you looked so adorable in any of his clothes, especially the shirts, since mostly he likes to buy them a little bit oversized, and on you, they do look a lot more than just a normal oversized. You're drowning in them, and he would like to see that more. And if at any time of day he sees you wearing one, be sure that he's about to cuddle you for some time now, and no force in the world was gonna let him take a break from that anytime soon. So be careful what you do, because it may require you to spend a couple hours of your day with Wriothesley in his arms. Perhaps in the end, being the Duke of Mirrorpeed did not make him as busy as you thought he would be. and you're not really sure what to think of that. Scaramouche. Now, I would be lying if I said he would not be flustered, because he very much would be. He finds it adorable that you're wearing something of his. But most of all, he's a little bit shy about it. Looking at you, and the way that the shirt fits on you. He likes it, but he's so not used to all this tenderness. So it's very fair if he says he's not used to it, right? Do not blame him. He's really trying his best. And he wants so badly to be able to tell you that maybe you're doing a little bit too much for his heart. But he would never tell you to stop because he likes it as well. So, what does he do? But stare silently until you're the one to talk to him. Because waiting for him to approach would be a little bit insane for you, since he takes a little bit too much time. Scara? You know, you can talk to me instead of just stare. I'm not staring. I don't know why you're claiming that I am. Oh, so my little Scara was not staring? Well, I don't know, but you look very adorable when you're blushing, so I thought I should just tell you that maybe you should try to hide it better next time. You say, and you blush brighter, pouting and looking away, and you can't help yourself from giggling. He's a little bit too adorable, can you really help it? So as you looked at him for a couple of moments, you couldn't help yourself. You went over to him and peppered his face with kisses. Meanwhile, he pushed you away, his face getting progressively even redder. Wyon, enough. Stop that. Oh? You want me to stop? Well, maybe then you should stop frowning. Come on, Scara. How am I supposed to cheer you up? He wraps his arms around you because he knows the only way to stop you is one thing. And he buries his face into the crook of your neck, hiding his face from you, and yet holding on to you all the same. As you just laugh softly, wrapping your arms around him. Please, don't embarrass me like that, he says. And you just sigh softly, caressing his back as you held him close to you. You didn't know wearing a shirt randomly would bring on these shenanigans, but you certainly did not mind.